Hello everyone, and welcome to my Facebook Live, my YouTube Live. If you are, I am just going to switch there it is there. Perfect. Just want to make sure that my sound is all good and I am showing up where I need to be. I think we are good. There we go. Excellent. So if I am sounding okay, if you can see me, please let me know. I want to welcome you to my Sunday morning step up class, and I am so excited to be here with everyone today. Sunday morning step up is always been my favorite live that I do. It is a way in which I can introduce you to card making, show you a very simple layout, and then show you different ways in which you can take your card making to the next level. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And it looks like I have got a few people that are hopping on, which is great. So for today, we are going to be using a fabulous bundle from the annual catalog. It is called Timeless Arrangements. It is one of my favorite, and we did touch on it slightly when I did the live. Let's see here. I think it was on Monday I did a live, and I was using the Patchwork Pieces dies. And I use the timeless arrangements, just a few of the actual images to kind of just lay over top of the beautiful patchwork. I'm going to show you those cards in a second. But today we're going to be doing something totally different. So I wanted to show you a totally different look that you can do with the dies and the stamp set. We're going to start out always with just stamps, ink, and paper. And then we are going to be adding, I think we're going to be doing a little shading, possibly some texture, definitely some different layers, and I think you guys are going to love the way these cards are going to turn out. So I am going to let you know about my host code that I have got going on for the month of June. And for those of you who know, I like to give away free fun fold classes. So when you place an order with me using the host code through my online store, and I will have all of those links down in the description after the video is finished, or after my live is finished, so you guys will know where you can do some shopping with me if you are within Canada using that host code, and be able to get a free fun fold class with me, which we get to do through Zoom or through instructional video. Which, talking about that, now I think we've got quite a few people that have found me, which is great. So if you are new to my channel on YouTube, if you're new to Facebook, either place, I am going to be giving away some free fun fold classes for those of you who tuned in and commented on my last two lives. If you happen to share it, then you got an extra entry, and if you tagged a friend as well. So I am going to be giving away some fun fold classes, and I'm going to do those draws to start with. I'll do two now and two maybe a little bit further on, but two of the classes are going to be from my live on Monday, and two of them are from my live that I did, my early morning live on Thursday. So I have got all of the names ready to go in bags here, and I'm going to give those away in just a second. We'll find out who the lucky winners are for a free fun fold class with me, and I will send you their classes that have already been done. I actually did, I can show you, I did my free fun fold class for the month of June. It was the diagonal. So those who placed an order or happen to win a kit, all of the pieces for these and the instructions are in the package. So I'm giving away two of those, and two of them were from the Pocket Pop-Up fun fold. So either way, we're going to have some winners today, which is great. And I have two more kits from this diagonal fold here that I will be giving away for comments and stuff for today's live. Okay. All right, so
remind you of some specials going on. We have got the Gorgeous Designer Series paper sale, as well as if you want to become part of my Stamp It Canadian team and you want to be able to get a lot of products for a great deal right now in the month of June. They're giving away $41 more in our
starter kit, and it's a great deal. It's $135, and you get to pick $206 worth of stuff that you want, which is awesome. So that is going on right now. Those that are on my team, they end up with all of my videos just as part of a little freebie for joining me on my team. So then you have access to all the videos, okay? So let's get started with today's class. I am echoing. Well, that is not good. Let's see, I've got my, oh, I could just have my volume up a little too high. I get excited and I talk loud and then I get into the echo zone, I think. There, let me know, is that better? I'm hoping that is better. Okay, so 4, it's okay now, perfect. All right, see, I'm still getting to know this new system, so please let me know how I am doing. Video and stuff seems to be nice and clear with this, so which is, I am very happy. So we are going to be using, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see my space. We are going to be using, like I said, the timeless arrangements for Sunday morning step up. You got to see a little taste of this bundle when we did, this is the patchwork die, which is gorgeous. And we used a few little die cuts and sprigs from the timeless arrangements when I did those cards. So they're quite pretty. This is a great set of dies as well that I'm going to play with the other die that's in here coming up maybe later in the week. So stay tuned for that one. But for today, we're going to start off very simple. We're going to use just some stamps. I've got kind of a fun, nice, springy color palette for you today. I wanted to bring in some purples and some gorgeous greens and a couple of the new colors that I haven't really played around with too much. So we're going to be playing with those in a sec. This is a look of all the amazing dies. I'm going to show you how easy it is to create gorgeous arrangements and how these line up. You guys are going to be amazed and love them. We've got a couple also great dies in here that have just a little bit of different stitch work around them, which are quite pretty, and a huge variety of cute little, oh, I forgot about that little stamp. I'm going to want to use that one too. Little detailed stamps, and then some gorgeous, beautiful, really thoughtful greetings in this set. So, okay, so let's get started. I'm going to show you my colors. We'll see what you think. So I was looking at all of my ink pads, and I have them arranged a little bit differently than I used to. I should do a video actually on my craft room so you guys can see how I arrange these. But I've got them, instead of color families, just flowing through all the different shades of pinks and yellows. And I've done that with all of my cardstock now. And I just find it easier to be able to kind of test the different shades and how they work together. So I decided to pull 3 gorgeous purples that were right next to each other. So I've got Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Fresh Freesia, which I'm going to be using. So for those of you who love the purples, you know, we're doing purples today, okay? That happens to be the color palette in my backyard right now too. I've got some gorgeous irises and stuff that are coming out that are all in shades of purple. It's my favorite time of year for the garden. And then I have got Granny Apple Green, which is my favorite green, and I've matched it with Lemon Lime Twist, which is a greeny yellow. And then we have got a new color which is called Lemon Lolly. So I'm going to give this one a try as well. And it's just a really faint, really pretty yellow. And during spring, I think some of the greenery in the backyard, it sprouts kind of new leaves to it, and they start off a nice light yellow like this, and then they tend to change to a darker color as the season goes on. So those are the colors that I look at in my garden right now. So those are the ones I'm going to use today. Okay, so I'm inspired by the outdoors. Okay, so we're going to start with the same pieces for all of the cards. That's the way I like to do this, so that you can see how it can progress from a basic card to a more advanced card. Okay, and just seeing who's here. Good morning, everyone. We've got Diana, Monica, Judy. Nice to see you all. Thank you for joining me, and welcome back to Sunday Morning Step Up. It's been probably about a month. I've gone through a lot of stuff with my parents the last little while, and they're doing well. So I am back to my regular routine, and I hope to see you guys here every Sunday. Okay, this morning is a little bit later just because I did my Free Fun Folds Zoom with a couple ladies this morning, but on general, it'll go back to 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so we're going to start with a nice, just easy, clean base. I've got Highland Heather as my card base. We're bringing in some Whisper White, or Basic White now is what we have it. And I'm going to be bringing in some of the stamps, because we're just going to be using stamps and ink and paper. And I've got some gorgeous little elements that I'm going to be putting together for a little arrangement. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so I need to decide. I think I'm going to do some darker colors first. And what I'm going to try and do is arrange for just some greenery to kind of go in two different directions. And then I'm going to lay down a nice greeting in the middle of it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the gorgeous grape, and I'm going to do just a few little sprigs here. Okay, and I'm going to kind of go from two different directions, and you're going to see how this is going to work with all of our beautiful arrangement building dies, as well as we get into our next little layers. Okay. Oh, thank you. You guys are always so supportive. Family does come first. You're right. And I was just where I needed to be this last 6 weeks, and who I needed to be with, which was important. And talking about family, I want to give a shout out to, well, my dad, my father-in-law, my, brother-in-law, and of course to the amazing husband and dad to my girls. Happy Father's Day. Okay, so we got a little greenery there. We are going to be going and having dinner with my dad tonight. I am pretty excited about that. And Lance is actually away right now, but he'll be coming home tomorrow, and then we're going to do Father's Day for him, which will be nice. Okay, so I'm going to add in just some beautiful, we have got, this is the Highland Heather, so it's just a lighter color. Okay, so we're building up a little bit of an arrangement here. So this set is really easy to be able to build things like this and kind of add to it. I'm going to add some beautiful flowers in here and then color them out as well. Just deciding what color I want for my main greenery. I think I'm going to go for the Granny Apple Green, which is beautiful. So if you're tuning in for the first time, I want to welcome you. I would love to know where you are watching from. And if you are watching on YouTube and you have any questions for me, if you put them into the chat and just put a capital Q in front of those, then it will be easier for me to go back later and be able to answer your questions, because I'll be able to pull them up and have a look at all the questions and stuff a little bit later on when I'm all done. I'm going to bring in, this is, let's see here, this is the lemon lime. You know what? No, I want the lemon lime to be kind of more in. Just a few. I want to use all the cool little elements to this set. And I'm going to bring in, good morning from CA, Canada. I'm thinking, Mary, whereabouts are you? I'm going to bring in, this is the lemon lolly. So we're going to do kind of a little bit of background fun with this as we go, because we have it, and just add, again, just a few little elements here and there like that. And I'm going to bring in a little bit of black for when I do my flower here, because I want to be able to color that with my blends. So I want to do a little bit of coloring. So I'm going to bring in, this will look a little bit more bold in here, and it will show up a little bit more because it is with the black over top. Now when we get into our die cutting, we are going to do a little bit more of layering with the die cuts. So the flowers, again, I'm going to color them, but they're going to stand out a little bit more because they're going to be popped up because of the die cutting. For right now, we're just layering them over top a little bit. Okay, and we're going to blend it all together. It's going to be quite pretty this morning with this color combination. Okay, let's see. Hope you guys can see this okay. There we go. That's a little bit better. So I'm going to bring in, I've got my blends, and I have got some dark Highland Heather that I'm just going to just add a little bit in here like this. Okay. And then I'm going to lighten it up with the lighter color. Just like that. Beautiful. Camping in the rain. Oh my goodness, we had a little bit of rain here earlier as I was doing my earlier video. I'm going to bring in actually the fresh freesia, I think. And then it's disappeared, which is fine by me. We're hoping for some beautiful sunshine come out. And then maybe, who knows, we might, depending if my mom is feeling up to it, we might head out for a little walk, or at least outside a little bit. They've got a nice outdoor area where they are now. And we'll have a little visit outside after dinner too. So I'm coloring in the purple just to accent that a little bit. And I'm going to bring in some lemon or some granny apple green, and we will do the leaves on here as well. But it makes them show up just a little bit more. I'm going to bring in a little granny apple just for those little tiny leaves. And then we're going to do a greeting. So like I said, the nice thing with these stamp sets in this bundle is you can go as simple as you want, or you can really step it up, as I'm going to show you in a few minutes. Okay, so there is just a pretty little spray of flowers that are going either side. We are going to bring in a strip of white. Let's see, I'm going to grab this one. We're going to bring in a strip of white, and I'm just going to do a greeting that's going to go across the center, and it's going to pop up. Okay, so pretty. So let's bring in, I'm going to go with I really appreciate you. That just sounds like a nice thing to say today. So let's go with a block, and that's what we're going to start with. Okay, Now, the question is, what color? I think I'm going to pull in the darker purple for this one. So I'm going to go with the Gorgeous Grape. I could also go neutral black, but I think I'm going to keep with some Gorgeous Purple. And we are going to frame this up. So look at how pretty that looks with the purple backdrop. I'm going to put it down just flat, and then I'm going to pop up the greeting here in a second. And no matter how simple your card layout is, I always love to add a little bit of bling. So of course I've got some beautiful bling that we're going to add to this card too, just to add a little sparkle, because I think every single card needs a little sparkle. That's just my thought. And I've got my greeting off to the side here. I like that because then I'm going to add a little bit of sparkle down this side. So it's just nice and clean. Let's get out our cutter and we'll put that across. So you can see how easy it is just to use these stamps just as they are. And I think I'm going to go, I will go all the way across for this. Okay, then the greeting will kind of pop out a little bit more because you can see it on the purple as well. I'm going to just add some dimension. And I would love to know what you think about this color combo. I'm loving the little lemon lolly. I think it's going to be a great color. I've got some beautiful cutouts in it coming up, and it's going to look fantastic. Okay. So there we have got, now is that straight? It's not. Good thing I didn't put it down quite yet. There, so there we have got that with a little bit, loving the colors. I'm going to bring in some bling. I'm a fan of purple. I know, me too, especially spring when it starts to pop out in the backyard. All the irises, we got some in the pond and some just in the garden. They look beautiful. Now, I have some lemon lime twist here. So I think that's going to look pretty. And then in this one, these are both, we have two different packages of tinsel gems right now. And I love them because they literally look like, can you guys see that? There's literally little tiny bits of tinsel within the gems, which are so pretty. So in this one is called just tinsel gems, and the other one, I had the packaging on it, but it has 4 different colors. So these are the ones that went out with them, the little monkey bundle, and then this is the set. So it just has 3 colors that are a little bit more muted. So this is the Highland, or no, this is the Fresh Freesia, I think. So isn't that pretty? So I think I'm going to do a combination of the 2. We're going to do a little bit. We're going to play on the sprinkle of the lemon lime up here. And we're going to bring those in. And I'm going to do a little kind of freesia on here. Love that. And then we'll do one more, because I like to be in 3s. We're going to do one down here like that. Okay. So pretty. Okay. Love it. Okay, so that is our basic layout for today. Very simple, right? If you want to, you could definitely, we love to add a little layer in here, add some sprigs of, you know, just some of these stamps. You could do it up the side here, or you could do it coming in from the corner and finish off the inside as well. Okay, so I'm going to put this up here. And we are going to now jump into adding some die cutting into this card, okay, our basic layer. But before I do that, you guys are waiting, those who have tuned in the last 2 lives that I have done, and I have got some card kits to give away, okay? So I'm going to start with, so just take a minute, I'm going to give away 2 pop-up pocket fun fold classes. So these classes here, they have all the measurements on the front. I always give the instructions when I do kits. I also have all the pieces in here kind of pre-cut and ready to go. For the fun folds, you get to make 3 cards using a specific fun fold, all different themes. So we are going to see who is the winner. This happened to be on the Monday when I did the patchwork cards. So this is from the patchwork cards video, and I have got, there was quite a few people that tuned in. I've got everybody's name in here that was on YouTube, who was on my Facebook Live, and I'm going to give 2 away. So here we go. So we need almost like a little drum roll. I think somewhere in here I actually have sound effects. I haven't figured that out yet, but here we go. Are you ready? We have got, oh, we have got Bonnie. I think you may have been watching this morning. So Bonnie, we have got, you are going to receive one of the fun folds. I need to tape these to them so that I contact you. Congratulations. And I can get these out to you and send you the videos so you can make these cards. All right, let's do congratulations, Bonnie. And I'm going to do one more. Again, this is from the Monday video. And I have got Susan Lisawe. I am going to be contacting you, and congratulations. You are going to be receiving that one in the mail. And again, I will send you full instructional video. Okay, so congratulations, ladies. That's again from watching and sharing on my Monday live. So thank you again. We'll do a couple more in a little bit after our next card. Okay, so let's get on to stepping up using our timeless arrangements. And this next card, I really want to get into the dies in which you get to build gorgeous arrangements. Okay, so there is a few of them in this bundle. Here they are here. They're the ones with all of the little squares on them. Has anyone else tried this bundle yet? Because it is amazing. I think what I'm going to do, well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do right now. For anyone who happens to purchase this bundle through me this month, this is going to be a little extra. Using the host code, I will send you a set of 3 of these Highland Heathers, the layers, the white layers, a little piece here, and then I will send you a snippet of cardstock of all the colors that you're going to need, and you can refer back to this video on the YouTube or here on Facebook, and you can create these cards. Okay, so for anyone who wants to grab this bundle, again, using the host code, that's what I will do, is I will stick a kit in the mail for you, and then you can refer back to the video. Okay, a little extra class for you, and you can get using your bundle right away. So these are the pieces here, and the way that they work is you cut them out. You can use all different colors, and then you stack them together, and you get a gorgeous, gorgeous little spray of greenery. So I'm going to show you, I think the best way to kind of see, I'm going to show you different ways and different looks, but I'm going to just show you some of the samples in the book. Okay, so that's all of the pieces right there. Okay, and you can see how they've used them and the stamps in a couple different ways there. This is on page 67, which is where you find the bundle. And then they always have a couple other samples in the book. So I'm inspired by this one. I think we might do some shading in the backdrop and do one like that today. And then you can just see a totally different look right there. Okay, so there's lots of different ways in which you can use this. I'm going to bring in the white. I have already, just for time wise, I have gone ahead and I have die cut out of my color combination the Lemon Lolly I have got lemon lime twist, some Highland heather in here, and some granny apple green. And I've got all these pieces to play with. I love doing this. And then I can just create and see where this takes me today. Okay, you're on the journey with me. Are we ready? So I think that I'm going to start by still doing a little bit of stamping in the backdrop because I want to add layers because we're starting to step up our card now, right? So I'm going to add just some stamping, just like I did in the one that we just finished. I'm going to add a little bit of the lemon lime lolly. And for those of you who have watched me before on my step ups, things change. I get ideas as I go. And I mean, I want that to be the way that it is for you guys in your craft room too. You never have to do something in a set way. You just kind of just go with it. And you just never know where the journey of the card you're making is going to take you. That's the fun of crafting and getting creative. So I'm going to do a little bit of some of these in the background, just like that. Again, we're just setting the backdrop for this. Then I'm going to bring in some stamps, but before I do that, I want to show you this greenery now. Okay, so I have got, this is the lemon lime lolly. This is one of the dies. This is the Highland heather. Okay, are you in love with them already? You haven't even seen the other layers yet. I got to pop out these little pieces. This is, and the nice thing is you can put these, layer them up, whichever combination that you want. You can have the purple come up more forward depending on what colors you want to highlight more and which ones you want more muted in the background. Now we have one more in here, and this is the granny apple green. Let's bring that one in. Oh my goodness, I love these colors together. Okay, so there we've got our granny apple green. So you can see how these are going to stack together and they're going to look amazing. Now we are going to do a full spray like we did here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do 2 of these, and you are going to see one there, and then you're going to see one up here. And then I'm just doing this ahead of time because I want to see where I want to do any other stamping in the background. And then our greeting is going to go in the middle. Okay, isn't that beautiful? So pretty. So let's take, I think we're going to do this size. It all depends on which greeting. I think I'm going to do that. I really appreciate you. Or actually, your kindness means everything to me. That's beautiful as well. On our last one, I might switch direction, and I'm going to do the hope your day is filled with everything good. So that would be great for a birthday card. Okay, so let's get our greeting done. We're going to bring in the gorgeous grape, and I'm going to bring in that your kindness means everything to me. Because every once in a while, you know, you just want to give a card to someone just because they're always there for you, because they went out of the way and did something special to brighten your day. And it's nice to, you know, make them a beautiful card, send it to them, and let them know that they are appreciated. Look at that color combination. I'm loving this. Okay, this is beautiful for spring. So I'm going to bring, I think, the darker color, I'm going to bring it more towards the back. And I'm going to bring my flowers second to the top. So that's what I think I'm going to do for both of them. You can switch it up. And there is other little pieces, dies in the set in which you are just little half pieces of all of these sprigs. So if you want to fill it in even more, you can definitely do that. I will show you those pieces here in a second, but I'm going to get down the basis and then we will go from there. Okay, I am liking having the little bit of stamping around just to fill it in and add a little bit more to our creation. Okay, so I've got all the pieces. Oh my goodness, Nikki, I'm so excited. I have to talk to you. Congratulations. I did see you're in your new house. So excited for you. So excited. Okay, so I want to show you quickly how these go together, how easy it is. So see the square? I mean, put square over square, just like that. Okay, and then look at you guys, so sweet, congratulating Nikki. Tell ya, it's a big accomplishment. Okay, and there is, we're putting the purple. So see how this, you just glue them on top of each other. Look at how easy that is, right? And then I'm gonna do, I think, this gorgeous green on top of this one. And they've made it so that as you fill them in, it also fills all the way kind of around, right? It starts to fill in that whole arrangement. Timeless arrangements. I mean, it's a fitting name for this. I'm going to do the same here. And let's see, I'm loving this lemon lolly. I wasn't sure, it's hard to tell what the color is really truly going to be like until you get your hands on the actual cardstock, because looking at the top of this ink pad, I mean, now I see it, but when I just see this, it was hard to picture what the true shade was, if it was going to be more green, more yellow, but it is the most beautiful. I mean, they say lemon lolly, but it almost is like a butter yellow. It's so pretty. And I think it's one of those colors that depending on what you put with it, it will maybe look more green, or it may, you know, change shades a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It does totally take the guesswork. That's why I love this. Like, you don't have to try and figure out how this is going to go together, because now, and they almost make it so that it's going to be opposite ends. You can just put these down just like that. Look at that. Beautiful, right? So I'm going to tuck this one. They interlock on the end, so I just have to figure out where I want this. I think I want it right about here. And I can still see all the prettiness in the backdrop. And I'm going to do this too. And then this one I'm going to tuck underneath there, and I'll do the yellow over top on the other side. Okay. Oh, that was too easy. That's the first time I've done a full sprig. So pretty, right? Just gorgeous. And again, loving these colors. Okay, then all we need to do is just pop this on top and add some bling. Put it onto our card base. And if we want to, then we can also add in those other elements. So that is gorgeous, just like that, so pretty. But I'm going to add in some of our other elements that we had in our first card, because remember we had these beautiful flowers. So I've done 3 of them here because, again, I like to do things in 3s. I also want to show you that with each kind of different sprig, they do have like a little separate one that you can then die cut out extra ones if you want to add, you know, if you wanted to add a little bit more purple, like I might add some purple over here, but I'm going to add one of the other flowers. But, or if you wanted to fill it in on the sides, there's these extra little pieces to be able to do that in all of the different shapes. So we're going to add just a little bit, again, bringing our stamping back into our creation. And I'm going to add, go in with the light Highland Heather, just like that, just like we did before. And I'm just going to kind of go quickly here, like so. And we're going to do, oh, this might be the darker color. I've lost things already. So if you guys, it's so funny because we were talking about this on one of the lives and someone was saying, you know, as I was doing my 5-minute cards, I think it was Barb, and she said, in 5 minutes, my craft room looks like a bomb has gone off and I've only been crafting 5 minutes. So the nice thing with these lives is, you know, like I said, I need to put a disclosure. Like I too, behind the scenes, I have got such a mess going on. You guys just can't see it because I'm only showing you where my hands are. You don't get to see all of, I should show you the aftermath of creating these videos because I am someone who, it's like I have to make a mess. I do. And my family would agree. I do make a mess when I am creating and getting ready for my classes. It's part of my process. Some people are totally tidy crafters. Not me. I'm messy. So I just want you to know, for all of yous out there that make a big mess, have at her. It's part of the process, right? I figure if I don't have a big mess, I'm not having fun. All right, Janet's with me. Perfect. Everything always goes back into its little spot after. It all has its spot, but as I'm creating, it's like a mad scientist. Okay, here we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop these into the arrangements as well, and I can add them either in, tuck them kind of more in behind. I'm actually going to trim that so I can tuck it. And I'm going to do one kind of in the backdrop. So again, we have these beautiful flowers on the first card, right? So I want to bring them in and I want to tuck them wherever I want here. So I'm just going to put one kind of there. Not pretty. I'm going to do one kind of more up front over here. And I might actually, I should add some dimension on that one and pop it right out like so. And put that one there. And then I've got one more and I'm going to do it, I think, 1, 2, I'm going to do one over here. So I'm going to bring that one over here. So I'm going to just glue this one over top. And again, I've got those beautiful flowers back in my arrangement. I'm going to do it actually over here because there's more of a gap. We're going to bring it in like that. Okay, so you still can add those elements of the stamps in with it, right? That makes 3 of us. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear I'm not the only messy one. Okay, so we need to add bling, of course. I mean, there is so much going on with all the dies and stuff. I like to keep it, even though this is one of those cards that we're stepping it up with all of the dies. I do like to keep it somewhat clean, that if I were to add anything else, or if I wanted to add a ribbon, it would probably be more of a twine than a big huge ribbon, because we have got this big huge arrangement on our card. Now see, you don't see it, but I've lost my take my pick tool in my crafting madness here. That's okay, I can use my fingers, and I'm going to go and I'm going to add our embellishments just like we had before. So we're going to add a couple there, right? We're going to add maybe a little purple, and I might do one there. I'm going to do one here and one right there. Okay, so we still have those same elements on our card. We've just stepped it up with the dies. Okay, let's glue it on top. And I love it. Okay, that's gorgeous. This is the first time like I said, I've used that full arrangement, and I am so pleased with that. It's so pretty. I think it would be beautiful. This is just ideas coming in my head, so I have to share. Beautiful to line them up down just one side, to have all the greenery down one side of the card, and then you could put, instead of a greeting over top, you could put your greeting down here, and you could put a beautiful piece of maybe designer series paper, you know, over top of where they all attach, but have them all, you know, line or coming in from the top. Just some ideas for you. Okay, let's move on. All right, we're going to the next one. Are we ready? So this is, whew, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to chuck, you know, all different ideas, and I'm going to combine them together. I do tend to do this on the last one, and some people think, okay, you went too far. We're going to see. I'm going to start with adding a little bit of extra color to the back, okay? And then you guys can tell me what you think. Maybe you would have only used a tiny bit of color or a tiny bit of texture, but we're gonna do it all. Just because we can, right? So I'm gonna bring in, I haven't used these yet either. These are the small blending brushes. They are so cute. And I'm going to use a little bit of color, and I'm going to just put it over top of our backdrop to create just a little bit of texture. Okay. All right. I'm going to square it up. I'm going to actually tape this down to my surface. Just happen to have Scotch tape, so I'm going to do it. Okay. And hopefully that will hold my paper fairly center here and still. Okay, I'm going to go with the lightest color because I just want this to be subtle in the background. So I'm going to use that lemon lolly, and I just got to work it into the brush because it's a new brush. I always start on the outside here on my mat. That's what your extra little surface, your crafting mat or your grid paper is for, so that you can stamp things before you stamp on your project, or blend things, get your blending brush going. If I were to just put it right on my paper and start blending, I would have more of a kind of a smushed look, and I don't want that. Oh, I can tell already I'm going to love this. Okay. So I'm just doing just a little bit. And I think, I don't want to go over the whole page. I just want this hue of pattern and backdrop for it. Are we ready? Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, so we got some beautiful yellow on the background. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to still add our elements that we had over top. So again, when we talk layers, yes, it can be cardstock layers, right? But you can also do layers of color, masks. You can add texture. I know we might be taking it too far, but I might just texture it up as well in a second. I know you guys are like, oh, but you just never know, right? And I want you to see what it can look like. So, because you got to remember, we're going to have this big, huge arrangement going in the center. So whatever is in the backdrop will fade more into the backdrop because our centerpiece is such a huge arrangement. Okay, so sometimes that looks quite pretty, doesn't it? I love the masking. So those are the artistic masks, and there's a couple different ones in here that are fun to play with. I'm going to bring in, I'm going to do it. I'm going to add, I almost feel like I needed to make 4 cards today. So I want you to picture what a finished card would look like in just this, but we are going to step it up with some texture. And we're going to see what that looks like, okay? So let me just bring it in for a second. And I think you're going to like this. And then in a second, I've got a couple more. I got to do my other draw still. Okay, so I'm going to grab one of the new textures. Let's see. I had it on my workspace. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'll just grab a different one. That's okay. I will grab. Let's see what I want to do. I'll do this one. Okay. So it was one that was like this. I was looking for my brand new texture that, oh, here it is. That had the brick in behind it. I love this one. Okay. I have to remember what this one is called. I'll look it up for you in a second, but it is gorgeous. So I'm going to run my texture over top of what we've done so far. And I want you guys to let me know what you think. Okay, like I said, we're taking things to the next level here. And I'll bring in, oh yes, look at that. Isn't that pretty? Okay, I wasn't sure what it would be like, but that is quite beautiful. So you can see how this is really going to add some depth to our card. Okay, so here is where we started. This was our second card. Now look where we are going. I'm going to bring in all of our sprigs. So I've done as much stamping as I wanted. So remember, you have to kind of think of your layers. First, you need to put down your color, do your stamping, and then if you're going to run through a texture, then you do that after, because you can't stamp on uneven. I like to call it uneven ground. You can't stamp on the bumps, right? Okay, so we're going to need two of these. We're going to need two of these. And now that you've seen me put them together once, I can pop these together quite quickly and we can see what this is going to look like. All finished up. I'm thinking gorgeous. You let me know what you think. Okay. And you'll see, I mean, it may seem like a busy background, but even just adding that texture mutes that little bit of yellow, which was quite bold when I first did it, right? Okay, so let's see, we're gonna do the same layering. I'm gonna go with, I think this on the bottom. That's what we did before. And we're gonna go with that. Then we're gonna go purple. So you can see, I'm chucking my glue around now. You can see how quickly you can pop these together. And it's this one on top. Love it. Okay, so there's one. I'm just picturing, see, look at down one side, like a garland. So think not just arrangements. You can use this. I think it would look beautiful for a garland on, could you imagine on a scrapbook page? How beautiful that would look. Or around the edges of your pages, like, or of your actual photos, right? So you could add, you know, this around and then put your actual photo in over top of it, right? So you could use these, tuck these in behind. I'm thinking wedding photos would look gorgeous. Okay. All right, in the wedding colors. All right, so there is my two little arrangements ready to go. It is busy. It is definitely busier, right? But it's busy good. I think it's busy good. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. And right about there. Love it. Then we're going to do this one. And we're going to tuck that. Remember how beautifully those tuck together. I'm just going to see if that's where I want it to be. I'm going to move it up slightly. I like it right about there. Okay, so now let's have a look. Okay, that's looking quite nice on that backdrop. And then we're going to do our greeting. Now, we could make it larger. Let's see if I have any more. I do have some of the smaller cutouts. If I was going to make it larger, oh, we were going to do this way, weren't we? I'll have to do another sample with that. I'm going to do this one again, just because I forgot I was going to make this one a birthday card. I got so excited about my texturing. I'm going to do You Make Me Smile. I like that. That's a good greeting, I think. Again, great for anything. These are, like I said, timeless arrangements. So you've got some timeless greetings on here too that are just good for anything. And you make me smile. You're going to give this card to someone and you're going to make them smile for sure. Okay, let's bring in our dark purple. Loving the texture. Oh, I'm glad. Because it does make it a little bit busier, but I think because the color in the background is so light and the texture, you have to be careful what textures you use on something like this. You don't want anything that is too much of a larger pattern that's more like, this is kind of a muted pattern where it's not all in focus. If you do something that's more in focus and is more of a pattern that repeats itself, I think that it would be too busy, right? So you kind of have a look. That's why I love these type of textures, because they do work for anything. Okay, and they're great for masculine cards too, these textures. So I'm going to also add my sprigs. Okay, so let's add our purple. We're going to frame it in, and once we get our frame around it with the purple, I think it's going to look great. Okay, so let's just do our coloring quickly here, and we'll add these in. You know what? You gotta love blends, because I'm not even really sure which color I grabbed. I just grabbed one. I got 3 shades of purple. One I know is darker, and I don't think I grabbed that one. It's the lighter one, but they work. Doesn't matter which order you put them in. They blend together beautifully, and you can always go over top and add more color. So I'm going to add a little bit more darkness in with this one. Okay, that's 1, 2. So I hope that today, my goal on these Sunday morning step up designs is always to kind of show you that don't be afraid to, like I said, chuck some texture over some shading. Or even if you just have a stamp background, don't be afraid to then run it through with an embossing folder, and you will be surprised the results that you're going to get. I mean, some of them you may not like, but I mean, it's a learning curve, right? And then some of them may make you change the other elements in the card, and that's a good thing too. It makes your mind work in different ways, which is important. Okay, I'm going to trim these because I know I got to trim them. I'm going to tuck that one in there, and go. So if you're just tuning in, or if you're new to my channel, I hope you will join me again, and I will be getting up again this coming Thursday morning I'm going to be going live before I head to work with just some really quick and fun cards that you can make in 5 minutes, because I think that, you know, it's kind of nice to see what you can do, especially those that are just starting off, or maybe if you just need a card last minute, you can still make a beautiful card with just a few supplies, and you can do it quickly, right? And so I'm going to show you that on Thursday mornings. It will be 6:30 my time, so Pacific Standard Time. So for some of you, it might not be too early in the morning. If you're on the East Coast, it's probably just perfect timing. And some of you may be catching the replay if you're still enjoying some sleep, which is good too. All right, so that's the nice thing. You can join in when you want. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's frame it up. Let's get our card base, and we will compare all of our cards today, and we'll see what we think. It's so pretty. Now, another thing you could do on these little flowers that we have colored, we could add a little bit of Wink of Stella on them too, and that could add just a little bit of shine to our little purple flowers that we have colored here. So if we add just a little bit of shine, I think my Wink of Stella is almost out. Yep, got just a little bit of sparkle left in it. I go through these like crazy. They are a staple in my craft room, but that does add, you can see a tiny bit of shine on there, and it just kind of brightens them up. So that is our stepped up card, right? So remember, we started off with this ink, paper, stamps, and that is so pretty, right? You could do a whole set of note cards really quickly and give them as a gift. Okay, we added those gorgeous layering dies, keeping our background and our layout the same. And then we brought in these guys right here, and there's a lot of different patterns in here. The artistic mix decorative die, our masks, and we did a little bit of shading with our blending brush and our lemon lolly. Again, then we stamped our original stamps in the background, but we ran through some texture. All right, there we have it. So our 3 different cards, stepping it up. So wherever you fall in your creating, whether you're beginning, I hope I've taught you a few things to kind of step things up. Even if you just were to take this and add some texture to it, right? It would change this card dramatically by just adding a little bit of texture or shading in the background, even without adding all of these dies on it. Okay, so let's do our other draws for our other 2 free fun folds. And like I said, I got rid of those ones. I've got all of the new names that are going to be going in the bin here. So these ones are going to be for, I'm giving away 2 of the diagonal fold fun folds. So these ones right here. So you get to make all 3 of these cards in the kit. And I just have to put my new names into the bin. Where are we? We had them all in a little bag. Okay, there they are. Okay, let's dump them in. And we're going to add all of those names in there. Let's see. Okay, so I've got a new little batch in here. And what we're going to do is I'm going to pull out 2 and I'm going to tape them onto these and I'm going to mail them out to you. So here we go. And let's see who I've got. All right. I have got Tara. So Tara, I am going to mail that one out to you. Thank you for watching. And let's see, who else have I got in here? I have got Tina. Congratulations, Tina. So 2 more winners of some fun folds. There we go. And I have got 2 more of these fun fold kits. So again, if you want to share the video, tag a friend, give me a comment. I would love to hear from you. And those of you that I have got my extra little added thing that I just announced, if you do want to get a hold of this bundle and you use my current host code to purchase this bundle, I am going to mail you out the purple layers, the white layers, and then I will give you a chunk of each of the colors that I used today, a half sheet, so that you can die cut all of these out, and then you can follow along with the video today and you can create a set of these cards for you and you can get creative with them. Okay, so I'm just going to switch my screen there. There we go. So the host code you need to use to qualify for that, as well as if you place a $50 order, then you'll get the new Fun Fold kit as well. And that's going across the top there. I'll have all of my links down in the description once I'm done. But I want to thank you guys for joining me and playing along with the timeless arrangements. I've had a great time. I'm going to get that out of the way. I've had a great time with you all, and I hope to see you. Let's see, next time will be Thursday morning. For those of you that are up early with me on the West Coast, I will see you at 6:30. For those who are, well, on the East Coast, you get to sleep in a little bit later, but we will be making some easy 5-minute cards, okay? All right, take care, everyone. Check out the specials, cardstock. If you want any more information about that starter kit and put some good stuff and get at least $100 worth of free stuff in that starter kit, you can always reach out and let me know. I'm going to put that link in the description as well. And you can become part of my Stamp It Canadian team. And just means you get to create a little bit more with me because we like to do our little get-togethers and our little Zoom meetings where we get creative. Okay? All right, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Happy Father's Day to all those special men in your lives. And we will see you soon. Okay? Bye for now.